Football season is finally here, and if you're looking for some family friendly tailgating tips, we have Chef Jody Denton from the Frito-Lay Flavor Kitchen. Thanks for joining us, Jody.
It's my pleasure. How's everything going?
Great. We're just wondering, what are some tips that you have to share for tailgating?
Well, the first tip is just make sure that it's fun because it's a party. You want to make sure that you include everybody in the planning and the preparation for it, so that everybody feels included and get them excited about it. The whole thing is fun. You're celebrating your team. And when I think tailgating, T in team stands for travel ready. Make sure that everything is packed to go in big coolers, freeze bottles of water to use as ice so that you don't have to use so much ice. Use a separate cooler for drinking ice so it doesn't get contaminated. Make sure that all of the food is in disposable containers that you're not going to have to clean up later. Resealable plastic bags, deli cups, whatever. E is for easy eating. Make sure you plan ahead a menu that's not overly complicated and get everything you can possibly get done before the day of the event so that you don't get stuck behind the grill with everybody else enjoying the game and you're just prepping and grilling. A is for all weather. People forget to check the weather forecast. And all of a sudden, big rain cloud comes over and says, I didn't know it was going to rain, and ruins the whole day. When if they knew about it, you might be prepared with some pop-up canopies or umbrellas. 10 minutes of rain with those, it turns it into a non-event. And then M, make a checklist. We've actually put together a great checklist for you that has everything that you could possibly need and then some. But the more organized you are ahead of time, the less stressed out you're going to be on game day. You won't forget anything. Everybody will have a good time, including you, which is most important. It's all about a party. I like to be party ready all the time because you never know when one's going to pop up. And for that, I always have a bag of Tostitos tortilla chips in my cabinet along with my favorite salsa. And when it comes to game day, I like to customize it a little bit, jack it up just a touch. Start with something that already tastes great, like Tostitos restaurant-style salsa, and then put some fresh ingredients in there, like tomatoes and onions and cilantro, jalapenos, maybe a little bit of grilled pineapple, maybe a little bit of avocado or mango, something that is what you like and customizes it for your event.
What is the best way to grill for a large crowd without missing half of the football game?
Well, like I said, you want to make sure that, especially if you are grilling for, or you're cooking for a large crowd, you want to be prepared with things that aren't going to be overly complicated and overly time-consuming on the day of the event. Get everything done ahead of time. If you're doing ribs and briskets and things like that, you can get those hot and wrap them in foil and stick them in a cooler, and it'll keep those hot all the way through till game, and then they just have to spend 2 seconds on the grill. You can get everything done ahead of time so that all you have to do is the final grilling and plating, and it's done. You could actually make a pot of chili instead of grilling a bunch of things. Maybe you want to grill one thing and have a pot of soup or stew or chili, depending on the weather. So there's a lot of ways to keep it from overwhelming you on game day.
I have tried and failed several times at this. Do you have any tips on grilling corn on the cob?
Definitely. I love grilled corn on the cob. It's one of my family's favorite things. There's several ways to do it. The way that I prefer is to go ahead and take all the husks off the corn, brush it with a little olive oil, sprinkle it with a little salt and pepper, and put it on the grill, let it sit for about 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes, and then just turn it about 1/8 of a turn, and keep doing that until you've turned it all the way around, and you'll end up with beautiful corn with just a little bit of char on there, and that's what I like. I have a lot of other people that like to soak the corn in the husks in water and then put it on the grill. That's more like grill steaming, and it doesn't give you that grilled flavor, but a lot of people like that better. And then one of the things that I like to do after the corn is grilled, beforehand, you can take some soft butter and mix it with 2 or 3 simple ingredients like cilantro, chilies, and lime, a little bit of salt, or a little bit of garlic and lemon juice, or just a couple of simple ingredients, and then brush that on the corn when it comes off the grill.
Great. And do you have any tips for moms like me who end up in charge of the grill and the mess is always left for me to throw away?
Well, first of all, make sure there's plenty of trash bags around and encourage people to kind of self police the area and throw things away as they go. Make sure that everything that you bring is in disposables so you don't have to go back and clean up a big mess when you get back. And I think that you'll enjoy the whole day much better.
And since we're talking about cleaning, how often should I clean the grill?
You should clean the grill every time you use it, and it's really simple. Just after you grill something, this is all after you've grilled the last thing that you grilled, which you probably didn't do this time. I'll let you slide. But next time you grill, after you've grilled, let it stay hot for a good 10-15 minutes later, and then get a good stiff wire brush and scrape those grill grates with the wire brush, and then take a rag with just some vegetable oil and rub down those grill grates with vegetable oil, and that'll preserve that grill so that the next time you fire it up, all you got to do is rub it with a little oil and you're ready to go.
Great. Thank you so much for joining us today on A Mom's Take.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for having me.